Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing something a little special. Let's rate BTS albums into different tiers cause clearly I have nothing else to do. It's totally personal, so grab a snack and let's go on this little journey together. Too Cool for School is BTS's debut EP, and it kicks the door down with teenage angst and raw hip-hop energy. Is it a little performative? Definitely. Watching 15-year-old Jungkook throw gang signs is kind of hilarious, but also iconic. The rap line absolutely carries here, especially on We Are Bulletproof Part 2 and No More Dream. The vocal line's a bit sidelined. Jin feels like he just showed up on set, but the song, gives it a balance. It's loud, aggressive, and not exactly subtle, but it didn't need to be. They were rookies trying to stand out, and this album screams ambition. Rough? Yes. Memorable? Also yes. We're putting it in the good tier. Oi, are you late too? The title is so 2013, I remember kids making these kind of silly abbreviations. Right off the bat, the comeback trailer goes hard. It's edgy, visually intense, and the choreography? Insane for a rookie group. The intro track, Oi, Are You Late Too? Immediately reminds me of Suga's Shadow. Same dark beat, same self-reflective intensity. BTS songs foreshadow better than Attack on Titan, and I stand by that. No is dystopian, rebellious, and soaked in teenage angst. Jungkook's range is wild here, and it's very much a classic 2013 K-pop anthem. The lyrics are dripping with hunger and ambition, which really carries over from Too Cool for School. Namjoon's flow deserves a whole paragraph on its own. It becomes obvious here why he's the main rapper. Attack on Bangtan. It's easily my favorite on this one. Attack on Titan dropped the same year. Coincidence? Probably. But also, let me be delusional. This is where Cypher Part 1 drops. The beginning of an iconic rap series that shows BTS is not here to play. Whether it's vocal-driven or rap-heavy, BTS is manifesting success with every breath. Let's put this one in the good tier. Skool Luv Affair feels like BTS finally let themselves breathe a little. The intro sets the mood perfectly, chill but confident. Also, can I just say I love Suga's Taegu accent? It adds so much flavor. Now to the big one, Boy in Love. Classic. It's flirty, high energy, and sure, the lyrics are a little silly, but let's not forget, they were literal teenagers, and Jungkook's vocals? Heavenly. And Jimin ate with that last chorus, where he hits those high notes and ad-libs. This album's definitely softer than the earlier ones, tracks like Just One Day and Where You From show that switch from angst to infatuation. But they didn't forget their roots either. Spine Breaker and Jump bring back the intensity. Special shout out to Taeyoon's deep voice in Jump, it hits hard. A nice continuation of that raw rap energy they started earlier. I'd say Cured My Insomnia, tier, not god-level artistry yet, but tight vocals, clean structure, and catchy as hell. Dark and Wild is BTS's first full-length album. They're done with the EPs. So expectations were high, and they kinda delivered, but not without a few bumps. The intro sets the tone right away. Namjoon's flow over that violin is chef's kiss. It starts off super soft and romantic, with cute flirty lyrics, then suddenly switches to the sad, angry tone like he's spiraling over a breakup. It's like, whoa, okay, he's going through it. Definitely shows off RM's underrated lyricism. Then we crash into Danger, which flips the vibe again. It's aggressive, more street style than hip-hop and eyeliner emo this time. Honestly, a solid title track. Addictive as hell. Then there's War of Hormone, and okay, yes, it's catchy, it slaps, but let's be honest, the lyrics are kinda yikes now. Doesn't really align with my morals anymore, even if it was 2014. Honestly, I didn't enjoy it as much as the previous releases. It's a little all over the place. Not necessarily a downgrade musically, but emotionally it felt more jarring than cohesive. Still, it shows how BTS was experimenting and slowly figuring out how to balance their artistry and messaging. Let's go ahead and place this one in the average tier. Now stepping into the Hwa era, arguably one of the most iconic and artistically ambitious periods in BTS's discography. HYYH, which translates to the most beautiful moment in life, is a trilogy of albums that dives deep into the chaos and fragility of youth. This era marks a turning point for BTS, shedding their purely hip-hop image for a more nuanced, cinematic, and emotionally layered sound. Now I'm going to treat this as a single album cause it's convenient, and yes, I'm lazy. The intro to Part 1 kicks off with Suga delivering a passionate rap reflecting on the pain of hard work and low results, his fear of wasting away the best time of his life, and the stubborn faith he still holds in his craft. It's angsty, raw, and brilliant, and real as fuck. Then I Need You hits, an absolute masterpiece. The emotions are so tangled and desperate. And dope? Brass-heavy, unhinged energy, killer choreography. It's not just dope, it's generational. In PT2, Suga's intro screams defiance. Run follows with heartbreaking synth-pop chaos. Butterfly is haunting and gentle, like a whispered plea. Pepsi flips the switch, sharp, hilarious, dragging capitalist mindsets without mercy. And House of Cards closes the EP like a slow-motion collapse, jazzy and tragic. The finale, Young Forever, ties it all together. Fire is pure mayhem. Save Me is smooth and otherworldly, and it being filmed in one take is so cool. And Young Forever brings a soft landing, reflective and heavy with acceptance. Final verdict. God produced this tier. Next up is none other than Wings. This is their second full-length studio album, and it's a massive turning point artistically, more ambitious, more mature, and deeply personal. Each member even gets a solo track representing their individual stories. Wings is a freaking masterpiece. It kicks off with J-Hope's Boy Meets Evil, and he pops off. The track sets the tone thematically and sonically, drawing on concepts like temptation, sin, and the fall from innocence, kind of like a Greek tragedy where the boy symbolizes youth colliding with desire. The beat drop is insane, and Jungkook's haunting verse layering over it? Chills. It's the perfect overture for an album that's equal parts philosophical and chaotic. Then there's Blood, Sweat, and Tears, the title track, and, honestly, legendary. The MV? High art chaos. Marble statues, angel wings, Renaissance paintings, and straight-up references to Damien by Hermann Hesse. The lyrics dive into giving in to temptation even when it hurts, tying into the album's bigger theme. The loss of innocence. It's ethereal, sensual, dramatic, and totally unforgettable. The solo tracks? Genius move. It's like peeking into each member's soul. Jungkook's Begin is adorable. He literally thanks the Hyungs for raising him. Jimin's Lie is like a psychological thriller in song form. Orchestral, intense, tortured. V's Stigma is jazzy, haunting, and full of quiet guilt. Jin's Awake is painfully self-aware. It's him admitting he's not the strongest, and somehow that makes it hit harder. The rap line solos? Also incredible. And Cypher Part 4? Unhinged in the best way. Easily the slickest in the series. Pure swagger, self-aware confidence, and lyrical fire. Wings isn't just an album, it's a coming-of-age novel in musical form. Messy, poetic, vulnerable, and iconic. Let's be real. God produced this tier. You never walk alone. Okay, I wasn't even planning to include this, since it's technically a repackage of Wings and I'm lazy as hell, but Spring Day exists. And you can't just ignore Spring Day. It's not just a song, it's a national treasure. The kind of song that haunts you in the best way. The lyrics? Poetic and painful. The vocals? Ethereal. The MV? Symbolism, grief, longing, all dressed in pastels and snow. It's about loss, waiting, and hope, and somehow still manages to sound comforting. Then there's Not Today, where BTS channels their inner revolutionaries and just yells in our faces to never give up. It's loud, hyped, and honestly a great follow-up to Fire in terms of sheer chaotic energy. It wraps the album in warmth, a reassurance that even in darkness, you're not alone. God tier. No question. Next up is Love Yourself, Her. This marks the beginning of the Love Yourself trilogy. It shifts into a brighter, more mainstream pop sound with DNA as the title track, but still has introspective moments and clever lyricism. The concept? The beginning of a love story, bright, exciting, and a little naive. As the title says, it's about loving someone else before understanding how to love yourself. The intro, Serendipity, is nothing short of a masterpiece. Jimin's voice was made for this track. Soft, airy, emotional. It sets the dreamy tone of the album perfectly. You just sink into it. DNA is fun, energetic, with a whistle hook that sticks in your brain. An iconic turning point. Best of Me is an EDM-heavy collab with the Chainsmokers, while Dimple shows off vocal line harmonies. Pied Piper cleverly calls out obsessive fans, and Mic Drop hits hard with confident swagger. Go Go masks consumerism critique under a goofy beat, and Outro, Her wraps up with raw honesty from the rap line. Overall, it's a really strong album full of hits and a great pop direction. Let's toss it in the Cured My Insomnia tier. 'Cause it really did cure my insomnia back in the days. Cute, solid, and full of replays. Love Yourself tier explores the pain of love falling apart. Unlike the bright energy of Her, this album dives into heartbreak, emotional conflict, and self-doubt. It's about realizing that some love stories are built on illusion, and when that illusion breaks, you're left facing your raw self. It's darker, more dramatic, and a powerful shift in BTS's storytelling. The album kicks off with Singularity, Taeyoung's solo, a jazzy, haunting track that sets a moody, introspective tone. His deep vocals glide over the instrumental like silk, instantly pulling you into the heartbreak narrative. Then comes Fake Love, arguably one of BTS's most iconic tracks. It's intense, dramatic, and visually stunning. The music video feels like a cinematic meltdown. The choreography, the raw emotion, the pain of losing yourself in love, all wrapped in powerful production. Also, Youngie looks so freaking good it's giving Levi Ackerman. Sorry about the Attack on Titan references. The Truth Untold, a collab with Steve Aoki, gives us a vocal line ballad that's both delicate and devastating. The lyrics speak of hiding your true self behind a mask to be loved, emotionally wrecking stuff. The whole album blends emotional honesty with polished, layered production, from the EDM-tinged on Ponmin to the powerful rap unit on outro, Tear, which ends the album in full breakdown mode. It's deeply personal, aesthetically tight, and emotionally intense, and it's my favorite, so maybe I am being biased, but definitely God tier. Despite being a repackage, Love Yourself Answer is crucial to BTS's narrative. Also, the extra tracks are too beautiful to ignore. It marks the conclusion of the Love Yourself trilogy, bringing together the excitement of love, the heartbreak and disillusionment, and ultimately the realization that self-love is essential. Tracks like Epiphany, Jin's serene self-love anthem, Euphoria, Jungkook's hopeful celebration of new beginnings, and Love Myself tie the message together, that true healing comes from within. Visually and sonically, it feels like a sunrise after a long night, warm, honest, and healing, and it deserves a spot in the God tier. And honestly, the way they use their albums as a way to tell stories amazes me. Alright, next up is Map of the Soul, Persona. This album kicks off a new era for BTS, diving into themes of identity, persona versus true self, and how fame affects their sense of who they are. Persona is just adorable. Like, literally serotonin in album form. I love this album so much. Boy with Love, okay, yeah, it's poppy and commercial and Halsey's there, but I don't care. This song is so catchy and wholesome. The choreography, the fits, the colors, it's giving K-pop excellence. Everyone goes absolutely feral on this one, and it's perfect. 100% Insomnia cured tier. Okay, so Map of the Soul 7 is kind of like a deluxe to Persona. It kicks off with Suga's Shadow, and it's a masterpiece, and it's so cool how they use the same beat as Oi Are You Late Too. Then there's Black Swan, which is Chef's Kiss. Overall, 7 is BTS looking back at their 7-year journey, owning their shadows, and turning their mess into magic. God tier. Okay, so BE is like BTS's Quarantine Diary turned album. It's moody, minimal, and you can tell they made it with their whole chest. Now let's be real. Dynamite is here, and yeah, it's cute. It made history and all, but personally, not my vibe. Just felt like they were trying too hard to be everyone's serotonin and ended up sounding like a TikTok ad. But the rest of the album? Slaps. Overall, BE feels like BTS giving us a warm blanket while everything else was burning. Not their flashiest work, but one of their most human. Let's check this into good tier, maybe even cured my insomnia if you're feeling sentimental. But at the end of the day, good tier. Aight, so that's it. I'm not gonna rate proof cause it's the same old songs and all. And these are all my opinions, so try not to take it personally. And as always, thanks for listening to my Coke rant. Subscribe for more takes like these. See ya.